my respected and distinguished honorable members of the House Committee on Pension and the other members from the National Assembly, the Director General of National Pension Commission and their team, representative of the Inspector General of Police, DIG Simon Lemu, and the other senior police officers here present, representative of TUC, Comrade Barrister Musa Lawal, coordinator of Contributory Pension Union Association of Nigeria, here present, National President, Nigerian Union of Pensioners, President of NECA, Thompson Akpabio, other senior stakeholders from various organizations, our senior citizens, ladies and gentlemen and members of the press, I am delighted to welcome all of you to this very important public hearing. The second bill, House Bill 1008, which has been gazetted, seeks to ensure that a pensioner receive at least 75% of his retirement benefits immediately upon retirement and criminalize the undue delay in the payment of his pension. The reason why we decided to use this opportunity to hear from the public and receive their input is because very soon the PRA Act 2014 will be reviewed holistically, and some of the abuse here today will be considered in the amendment of the Act that is coming on very soon. A careful look at the two bills will reveal that they are important to our senior citizens and the pension industries in general. We therefore urge all the stakeholders at this hearing to critically consider the two bills with a view to providing a suggestion and useful input that will improve the life of our retirees and strengthen the nation's pension industries. At this juncture, I urge all stakeholders present to feel free and express and make your suggestion. Your suggestion will count because the committee has resolved to consider all shades of opinion on the bill, and inshallah we are going to act soonest. Thank you and God bless you. I wish you happy return.
The address of Mr. Speaker and declare this public hearing open. Your Excellency, sir.
The Chairman, House Committee on Pension, my distinguished and respected colleagues, members of the committee, senior citizens who are here present today, pensioners like me, senior pensioners, of course. I'm here to present the remarks of the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mr. Femi Gbajabiamila, at this opening ceremony of the public hearing by the House Committee on Pensions, conference room number 23, on this important day. It is my pleasure to address you at this public hearing by the House Committee on Pension. This exercise is aimed at strengthening some fundamental legislations in our pension industry with a view to improving the welfare of our senior citizens. Specifically, this public hearing is in respect of the following two bills. Ordinarily, after Mr. Chair has mentioned this, I would have just skipped it to move on to the next stage. But because of the strategic importance of these two bills, and because of the respect that we have as a house for the senior citizens of this country, and because we have also realized that over the years, a lot of them passed through very strenuous conditions and situations to get their own dues, we thought that we should re-emphasize. I have no doubt that this interactive discourse will add much needed value to the process of enacting these bills into law. I thank every participant for attending this hearing, being willing to share with us your wise views, expertise, professionalism, and wealth of experience. On this note, I take the pleasure to declare this public hearing open and wish you fruitful deliberation. Thank you.
Ogene Waive is my name, and I represent the entire people of Ughelli, Ughelli North, Ughelli South, and Udu. I am from Delta State and the sponsor of the first bill we are considering in this. Chair, Deputy, honorable colleagues, high esteemed guests, I welcome you all to this public hearing on the Bill for an Act to amend the Pension Reform Act to provide for the exemption of the Nigerian Police Force from the Contributory Pension Scheme and for related matters, of which I am the proud sponsor. The bill seeks to provide the legal framework in amending Section 5, subsection 1, paragraph A, Pension Reform Act of 2014, to include the Nigerian Police Force as part of the categories of persons exempted from the contributory pension scheme.
I'm sorry, sorry, Reverend Francis, please, just try and summarize. You don't have to go through all the bills.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Yes. Those presently exempted are the military, the intelligence, the secret service, and all of that. The Nigerian contributory pension scheme was designed after the Chilean experience, where the military and the police were exempted. But in our case, when the law was enacted, somehow the police was left out of it. And I thought this was not good enough, judging from the fact that the police, they carry a lot of the burden, in fact, most of the burden of law enforcement in the country. And in a period where there is insecurity across the country, the police needs all the encouragement to be able to do their job effectively. Towards this end, I also considered the take-home after retirement comparatively between police and other security agencies. For instance, a DSP goes home with 2.5, and an Army, I beg your pardon, a DSP 2.5, ASP 1.5, whereas an Army captain or a DSS equivalent goes home with 12.8 million and 10.3 million respectively. Now let's compare the monthly take-home. The DSP goes home with 31,600 and a captain goes home with 180,000 monthly. The difference is too much. A police inspector retired gets 15,000 naira monthly, whereas a warrant officer gets 120,000 naira monthly. I think that what is good for the goose is good for the gander. After one has served this country for 35 years, one should look forward to retirement with expectation, with joy, and with peace. But for members of the Nigerian Police Force, when retirement is coming, it is a time for fear, a time for trepidation, and many even die before the proper In these days of insecurity, Mr. Chairman, I believe that one magic word that can solve the insecurity problem in this country is to enhance the living conditions of our policemen, both serving and retired. And the amendment of this bill will be the right step in the right direction. I understand that it will cost government a lot of money to do this, but government has the money. After all the monies that come from the anti-corruption agencies are lying there fallow. We can get more than 3 trillion naira to finance this from there. What about the round tripping that is done in currency, in foreign currency, in fuel subsidy, importation of toothpick and all that? All those monies can be funneled into funding the exit of the police. I believe that some other people might want to pull out when police successfully pulls out. It shows that there's a fundamental problem with the contributory pension scheme. And that means that we must go back to the drawing board and address those issues so that this scheme will be able to survive.
Thank you. Your time is up.
It's for the entire country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm rounding up. Just for the police. Chairman, this night assembly, we have done something that has not been done before. We passed the PIB. We broke the jinx. Let's build on that and create an image for ourselves as the ninth assembly that did it for Nigerians.
Please.